Removing the breast, leg quarters, gizzard, and fat from a Canada goose. I am the author of Backyard Deer Hunting, and I'm also a waterfowler. And we do process an occasional goose from time to time. I'm not really an expert at it, but yeah, here's how to do it.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And we're back here in the knife shop with another goose. Yep. And we're going to work it with two of our new knives. This is our Billy Joe Rubidoux skinning knife, the aspen leaf skinner. And subsequently, we have had blank patterns cut. So now we can offer these on a custom commercial basis. So I have only about 10 of these. So if you want one, yeah, you sort of better get your order in. Because once these are gone, it'll take a while for me to cut another batch. I have to cut a whole sheet at once. Now, we are also going to use another of our prototype designs. This is our long handled slicer, which we also are now ready to produce in stainless steel. And we have 4 of these. Now previously, we plucked this entire goose and we roasted the bird and put it in the freezer. And I have a video about that. On this one, we're going to do it differently. Many people get a little bit excited about plucking geese. It takes a while to pluck an entire goose. Cold like this, previously frozen and now thawed out partially, yeah, even an adept person would take an hour or more to pluck this goose. Well, we are going to remove the breast and actually grill it. We're also going to remove and grill the hindquarters, the leg quarters. And this is a method I found out about in Wisconsin. So it worked out very, very well on the grill. Now for the breast, if you throw these directly on the grill and you just grill them like you would a beefsteak, these things come out about as tough as shingles and about as edible. So we're going to show you how to do these goose breasts on a grill and have them come out nice, soft, succulent, and edible, as well as how to do a more direct grilling of the hindquarters. Just to remove some cumbersome appendages, the first thing we're going to do is to cut off these wings. And a beekeeper friend of mine wants this join right here. So I'm going to separate it. Now the nice thing about this knife versus conventional knives is this rounded handle and lets you put some real force down in this direction. As you'll see, it's needed to cut through and break these heavy joints here. This is what you use to get down and find the joint. Break it. And cut it. The result of this process of using our aspen leaf skinner to remove these wings from deep inside the carcass here is not very pretty, but it does save a lot of time, and you don't have to pluck the entire carcass, including this back. This section of the video we might call Plucking Frozen Geese. This goose is still frozen, and the feathers are held very, very tightly. So it's taking about 4 times as long and about 4 times as much energy to attempt to pluck these. So what I'm going to do is, we've got it thus far exposed, and to show you, you take and pull like this, and you get a leading edge, and then you work around that edge and keep going. And finally, when you get where it's frozen, and you see the feathers don't hardly want to come at all, or only a few, and with great difficulty. So you continue to work the edge as it thaws a little bit right along the surface. If this contact between the bottom of the feathers and the skin is still solidly frozen, you just ain't going to move them. Not very many at the time. So consequently, I'm going to go out and get my deer stand right now. I've got some deer I need to kill. And so I'm going to leave this here in the shop and let it thaw for a while. And then when I come back, I think, like this edge is doing right now, I'll be able to make much faster and much easier progress. It is now 14 hours later, and we are resuming with our goose. As you see at this stage, we have it almost completely plucked, so you can see the back and where I'm going to make the cuts to extract these leg quarters. You would not have to remove quite this much, but for illustration purposes, I have taken off most of the feathers. In retrospect, this is a larger goose. It is less shot up than the one actually I cooked whole for the table. And I sort of wish I'd known this first. I would have preserved this one for whole roasting, but since we're inside this process and I want to show it to you, this is a good goose. Now, what we want to do is to extract not only the leg, but all the way up to here where it attaches to the backbone. So we want to find that join right there. And we're going to take our skinning knife and make a cut from here down through here. All right. The meat is still very cold to the touch. I'm cutting now along the ribs. There we go. We are just about done on this side. You want to get as deep into this backbone here as you feel you can. We have the leg quarter with good folds of skin off both sides, and this is good for grilling because it preserves the fat next to the meat. Turning over, we're going to extract the breast. Now, as you can see, I've already exposed the breast here and also here. So we're going to do more of that now. I'm cutting down to the rib cage. So I can feel the ribs here. I'm going to cut up along the ribs and peel back. So now I'm cutting up on the sternum. And there's a nice slab of goose meat for grilling. Just for the sake of variety, we'll do this one from the opposite way and cut from the sternum down. You can feel the sternum right here. Actually cutting on the side of the wishbone here. And you can remove your slab of breast meat here. And there you are. Now, what are the rest of it? Well, you've exposed the entire animal now, so it doesn't take much to get into the inside. So, reach in here, pull back. There's some good fat, intestines. It's good clean fat I'm salvaging. Here. And the gizzard are my favorite parts. We have now returned the shop to more normal conditions thanks to the shop vac. And we scarfed up all the loose feathers with that. And the carcass and the other feathers are in that dog food bag back there, so I can throw those out. Now, about the entire process. The fact that that goose was pre-frozen and took, as it turned out, nearly 3 days to thaw before we could really work it, slowed things down considerably. Ordinarily, if you had a fresh, warm goose, yeah, it just takes a few minutes to tear the feathers off. And I did breast the goose and leave the skin on. And I did this because it helps much in the cooking process. Now, I'll show that in a later video. So we managed to salvage the leg quarters, we managed to salvage the breast, we took the gizzard, the liver was bloodshot, so I didn't take it. We also salvaged clean fat from the inside, which I will render to make soups and dressing from. So we did get more than the goose and just taking out the breast. And you can do that. And these leg quarters are particularly good when grilled, by the way. So for now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
Not only do I talk about deer hunting, I also talk about waterfowling and backyard deer hunting and have much more to say about it in extreme muzzleloading. This is the logo of my new company, Hovey's Knives of China, and here are some of the designs that we have made based on ancient designs and our aspen leaf skinner while I was working on it. The stainless steel skinner is available for $200 plus shipping. The long handle slicer is more expensive depending on options. For more information on Hovey's Knives of China, you can go to the blog below. For more information, my books, blogs, and nearly 600 videos, you can go to my website, www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.